You just gotta have the stop button for it to be going. Okay. This is an air compressor on a B2300 Mazda truck, and it locked up on me, and you know, I was gonna bypass those. I bypassed other, air compressors like this on other motors, but apparently for the B2300, I didn't know it. If you get a bypass hose, you have to install an idler pulley, which is like about 60 bucks, and a new one of these air compressors is like anywhere from 150 to 200 something dollars. So I just don't want to spend money. So my plan is now to take this apart. We're going to investigate this guy and just try to get the guts out of it and return it back to where it can just be an idler pulley. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Alright, so I got this front plate started. Kind of had to wedge the screwdriver in and bust it loose. There are 4 bolts that hold it in place. I took them off just to get it off of there, and then you want to do an environmentally friendly reclaim of all that stuff there in the back before you get this off, because it'll release a lot of harmful CFCs into the environment. Alright, let's see what we got. So, looks like, I'm not sure, it's kind of being ornery right there. Alright, I'm going to get this off and then come back. Okay. Alright, so about got it. Just been kind of working this here. Oh crap. So that's probably not supposed to be like that, I'm guessing. Looks like that's pretty jacked up thing. Alright, and now looks like there's a bunch of bearings in here. Oh, and we have a snap ring. So I'm gonna have to come back and find a snap ring tool and get this off. So this could be the possible cause of my failure, is this all these bearings in here that are just gone. It's got a whole bunch that are missing, looks like, ground away to nothing, and I'm left with, you know, maybe about half of those. Alright, so I got a little O-ring tool. Gotta be careful, not so close because it can spring out. Okay, I got it. Alright. Let's see where we're at now. Alright. It looks pretty bound up, so I guess the next step is try to get this unfroze from here. So I'm gonna break it loose and come back. I mean, not sure exactly how well it's gonna work. It looks pretty froze up. Maybe I can just kind of tap it around a little bit. I may have to kind of tap directly on that to free it up. Looks like it's seized up right in here. So, I mean, ideally, if I had a torch, I could just heat the outer part of it and expand it and get it off there pretty quick. But I don't have that. I'm poor. If I had money, well, I do things the easy way, and I just buy one of these and be done with it. Afraid when I get done and all this off here, I'm not even gonna be able to use this pulley anyway. That's sort of like, I don't know, my concern at this point. Is that coming at all? I don't know if it's coming at all.
Yeah, you don't need an air conditioner in the winter, but you still need a vehicle that runs.
Yeah, I gotta get it running. So. Almost at this stage of the game, I'm wondering if it's just going to be better to get the idler pulley, but you know, hey, we're this far in, so.
Thank God.
Well, with all this heat right here, it's probably fused this bearing to this shaft here on the outside. So it's going to be real difficult to get this off a lot of heat, and plus this thing's kind of shot. I can see the belt just sort of, you know, I mean, that thing don't really spin with shit. If there's a way to replace that bearing, then I might be in business. I don't know, I kind of still want to take it apart. What I may do at this point is try to break the bolts free from here. But I haven't really decided yet. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking this is a real pain in the ass. Not really sure how hot it's going to get.
Now what you want is the outside ring to heat up and expand
That's correct.
off of what it's on.
I don't know if they'll get hot enough to do it, but maybe we can bust it loose anyway.
Maybe you should focus your heat on one spot and try to get that spot hot enough to lift, and a couple taps from there.
Maybe so.
You can't get the whole thing heated anyway. Oof.
Yeah, that was still on, wasn't it? Just had to get me to even on it.
After the
Oh, I
heat
see.
treatment,
I don't know if that did anything or not, but we did that. It's almost there. There goes some of the bearings, some more of the bearings. By the time it's over, I don't have nothing left. Well, actually, just the outer race of the bearing came loose from the inner bearing. The inner bearing is still firmly attached to that guy. We just managed to bust off the outer race. So, yeah, that thing seized up completely. There's a whole bunch of bearings.
not quite enough.
Yeah, the bearing's gone. All that powder is the residual effects of that. And I doubt this is coming off without just like cutting it or something. Just to see if I can price a pulley before I go to the effort of taking this off, I want to find out if I can just buy this pulley with a bearing in it already pressed. If I can't do that, then I think it's kind of pointless to continue on with this, because my next step is going to try to get this off, and I know that's going to be a bear. I suppose the other route is to try to go to the pick and pull.
Boo. Hey, oh, you mean swap some parts?
Yeah. Okay, I did it.
Pound it off with a hammer. Back and towards you.
Hello again. Well, I decided not to give up on this little project. So the problem was the bearing was seized up. I was looking at this. I don't know why I was looking at this earlier thinking that turns. That don't turn. It's the inner part here that turns to do the pump. So if we can free that up, we don't need a bearing, I'm thinking. So what I did is I attached the clutch to the pulley just by drilling a bunch of holes and rigging this up like this where it's just attached. I mean, hopefully this won't rattle apart when it's sitting there spinning around. I mean, I don't know how balanced this is going to be. This is like a total rig job. I tried to sort of evenly space that stuff, but you know, I don't know. It may rattle all apart, but anyway, so the next thing that I'd like to do is free this up so it's going to spin easier by pulling the pistons out of here. So I broke all these loose. And I'm getting ready to take it apart. I'm not too worried about keeping it clean, because I'm not going to try to rebuild this or nothing. I watched a couple YouTubes to see what's inside here, and so I have some idea. Again, this thing's probably going to be froze up. Let me see if I can bust it loose. I'm going to use a little bit of force here. That little label might do a little something on there. Taking delicate care to.
I think we just voided the warranty.
I think you're right. Just gonna kind of try to. Oh, there we go. All right, so should get some fluid out. I mean, some of it came out earlier. All right, so let's check it out. Oh, so there's that part of the inner housing. And now what are we looking at? We got this sort of gasket. All right. And this, and voila, here's all those pistons, and there's that assembly. There's probably not a whole lot wrong with this assembly. So if that one bearing didn't screw it up real bad, this pump might have worked. But it's old anyway, it's probably all wore out, I don't care. So all I'm gonna do is take some of the tension off of this, and by trying to get it to, turn and pressurize, we're just gonna use the existing bearings that are in there. So let's go ahead and just pull this up. Yeah, see, they just fall right out. I might have to come up a little higher. There we go. Got one out. And see, they're held in place with these two little flat bearings that rest on this groove. So one of them fell down in there. There it goes. One there. One there. One here. One there. The bearings inside. Let's look inside. Yeah, I dropped one. So that's all there is to it. And the inside of that case is there, and then there's ports on the back. And I guess as this turns, it's going to, pressurize that deal right there. Pretty neat. So we're gonna just put this shaft back in. It looks like there's another thrust bearing right there. Thrust bearing there, and it's got just a race, like a bushing that it rests in, and that's pretty good. I think with the two bushings that are there, it's going to provide some stability for this shaft. So let's go ahead and just pop that back on, and see, it's pretty stiff. All right, and then we'll just pop the other part of the housing back on. It's probably got to line up somehow. Let's see. To be honest, okay, I guess. Oh well, the sticker obviously is how it's supposed to go. All right. So we'll just tap that back together. And let's just give it a kind of let's give it a tap. Get a couple bolts to kind of line it up. Okay. So here we go. So just torque that down, and that should be fine. So let's go ahead and see how it spins just for well, got bolts in there. I guess I better go ahead and just tighten it up now. All right, I'm gonna, yeah. Put the bolts back in, took the pistons out, and now it's just it kind of spins pretty free now, which is all I want. I wanted to make an idler pulley out of it. It looks, you know, like it ain't perfect, but I really don't know how perfect it was to begin with. It's a lot better than whenever it was rattling around with the bad bearings. And it seems to be spinning pretty smooth. So I guess the big test now will be to go ahead and install it back onto the motor and see if
Stay right here. Stay right there.
see how it works.
Oh.
I go a bit about it right over there.
All right, so we got a rigged up job here. Put the belt on, installed this bad boy, and hopefully we got now we have a gutless sort of compressor here, idler. And as a disclaimer, I want everyone to know that I'm a professional rigger, and I've been doing this like a long time, have years of experience of you know, not having enough tools or materials to get the job done, or money, so by necessity have had to do crap like this. So if you try something like this, it doesn't work for you, I'm not responsible. I'm gonna pulley's gonna fly up and hit my son right in the head. You may want to stand back there, buddy. Damn thing's spinning. Yeah, look at that. Oh shit. Made a sound. I'm not gonna the rubber or something flying off of that. I don't know. It's got a little wobble to it, but honestly, that don't look too bad to me. It's idling real low. It's kind of humming along. Well, we'll see.
We'll call it success until failure.
Success until failure. There you go.